and welcome to the financial forecast chart of the day. Today is April 2 and we're going to analyze Ltcoin. We're experienced today very nice movement in most of the cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ripple, and in this case Ltcoin after a long time declining and stay in range like Bitcoin or like Ripple. We can identify three wave sequence right now. One short one divided in three. 1, 3, complete the higher degree wave. A corrective sequence perfectly aligned with the ideal distribution of length, time, and speed. And then we have an extended wave that currently is in place. That could be subdivided into three waves. 1, 2, a very sharp correction, and 3, in place. We reached now the first attractor that is located in 74.36. We are very close to that level and started in 64.88. And we have a second attractor. These attractors are areas where the price tends to go and stay there to be rejected after to the upside or to the downside. In this case right now, price is moving inside this first attractor, and this extended wave could finish here. If not, the attractor is going to reject the prices to the upside and is going to reach the second attractor located in 81.11 to 90.08. This bullish trend is going to continue if the prices stay above 61.58. At the moment that this key level is broken, then we open a corrective sequence and prices are going to stay in a non-trend zone between these two levels. 61.58, 40.13. This is a non-trend zone, and price used to tend to correct previous sequence inside these areas and release an anti-persistent move that is taking place inside this. So it's more risky taking positions inside these areas without any kind of confirmation. If we break this level of 61.58, we are correcting this sequence to the upside, and ideally, for being a corrective sequence of this movement to the upside, the corrective wave should be finishing inside the attractor and in between these two lines. This is a high probability area following ideal distributions. If we have the end of a sequence there, so increase the chances and the probabilities of continuing seeing movements to the upside, creating new highs. If we break this level of 40.13, that means that this bull sequence of three waves, 1, 2, and 3 waves, is finished, and we're going to see Ltcoin creating new lows. What happens if the trend continues? We continue above this level of 61.58. We reach the second attractor and still there is high momentum, something that we need to analyze. Then we move to the third attractor for high degree waves between 109.44 and 121.53. Correction could have place before reaching this level. In any case, in the long term, we continue being in a non-trend zone. Let's go to move to weekly time frame. Let's go to compress. And this is how the weekly time frame looks like. The first point to analyze is that if the current wave is a corrective sequence of the previous one, this movement to the downside. If this is the case, ideally this wave should be finishing in this attractor and inside these two lines because it's a high probability distribution area for being a corrective sequence of this movement to the downside. If that is the case, then we increase the probabilities of seeing movements to the downside in this weekly range and creating new lows. But by now, how everything is developed, we are moving outside this ideal distribution. So that means that the chance of this being a corrective sequence, this current movement correcting the previous one, reduce. And the break of this level in 288.15 is final confirmation that we are in a long-term bullish sequence looking for new highs. And in the first instance, Ltcoin should be looking for 394.53 to 481.23. Let's go back to daily time frame to recap what we should be expecting about this cryptocurrency and mainly Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum. So we are going to continue seeing movement to the upside if we stay above 61.58. If we move outside this first attractor, we should be looking for the second one, levels 81 and 90. And if there is still momentum, we can move to the third one, but the chances are lower. We should be analyzing what's happening in the second attractor. The break of 61 opened a corrective sequence, mainly to the ideal distribution area, and a break of 40.13 is opening Ltcoin to new lows. That's all for today. Thanks a lot for watching, and until the next chart of the day.